Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into a book that has, well, truly captivated the reading world. It ascended to bestseller lists with astonishing speed, really ignited hashtag BookTok, and sparked, an intense conversation everywhere. We're talking about Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. If you spent any time in literary circles recently, you've undoubtedly encountered the Buzz Dragons, a deadly war college, and a romance that's been described as groundbreaking. Our mission today is to understand not just its meteoric rise, but also the fascinating range of reactions it provoked. So consider this your essential deep dive into the Fourth Wing phenomenon.
Yeah, what's truly compelling here is how Fourth Wing almost instantly became a cultural touchstone. It's a powerful illustration, really, of a work achieving immense popularity while at the same time generating some pretty robust critical discussion. It's a real study in contrasts, and we're going to explore both its significant strength, the elements that made it a global sensation, and also the valid critiques it has received. This should help you connect the dots on why this novel resonated so deeply with millions and, well, why it also prompted such strong, sometimes polarized opinions.
Okay, so to really grasp this, let's start by kind of immersing ourselves in the world Yarros crafted. Fourth Wing is a new adult fantasy romance novel. It's the first installment in the Empyrean series, published back in May 2023. At its heart is Violet Sorrengail, who's a protagonist almost designed to subvert expectations. She's the physically frail daughter of a formidable general, Violet Sorrengail. And despite her own plans, her own academic aspirations to become a scribe, she's forced into the perilous dragon rider quadrant at Basgiath War College in Navarre. It's an immediate, high-stakes reversal of fortune for her, right from the start.
Indeed, yeah. And the stakes couldn't be more pronounced, really high. Violet has to endure these incredibly lethal trials, all with the ultimate goal of forging a telepathic bond with a dragon. Which, is an act that bestows a unique magical ability known as a signet. But her survival isn't just about the physical challenges, not at all. She also has to navigate these treacherous social dynamics, most notably with Xaden Riorson. And his father was executed by Violet's own mother after a failed rebellion. So this pre-existing, deeply personal conflict really forms the emotional core of the narrative. It evolves into one of the most compelling enemies-to-lovers arcs we've seen recently, I'd argue.
Oh, absolutely. It's a foundational conflict, for sure. Yeah. Yet amidst all this danger and animosity, Violet also builds these vital alliances. She finds camaraderie with a fellow cadet, Rhiannon, and then there's her childhood friend, Dane Ados. His telepathy Violet secretly protects. That's another layer. Then, beyond the college walls, the larger threat looms. These malevolent Venan creatures which are encroaching on Navarre.
Exactly. And the narrative builds pretty swiftly to a thrilling climax. Violet unexpectedly unleashes this really powerful magic. She's capable of freezing time and devastating venom even while she's gravely injured. And the book leaves you with this just astonishing twist. Her presumed dead brother, Brennan, he's not only alive, but deeply entrenched in revolutionary movements, which adds an entirely new, complex layer to the ongoing war and really sets the stage for the rest of the series.
And what an ending it is. Really hooks you. So, having set the stage with Violet's improbable journey, the real story, maybe, begins when we consider how this book just exploded, how it went from, relative obscurity to a global sensation. Its presence on #BookTok, TikTok's reading community, was absolutely pivotal. You can't overstate that. That community basically propelled it to the #1 spot on both Amazon and the New York Times bestseller lists. And it stayed there for an astounding 18 weeks.
The commercial performance is truly remarkable. Just wow. Publishers Weekly gave it a starred review, specifically praising its immersive world building, its intricate characters, and they even highlighted its sexy dark academia aesthetic. That was the phrase. Paste magazine noted its expert deployment of familiar tropes, but making them feel fresh somehow. And on Goodreads, the reader reception has been overwhelmingly positive. It's averaging 4.58 out of 5 from over 2.6 million ratings, with many specifically commending the fast-paced plot and the compelling character dynamics.
The numbers really do speak for themselves, don't they? It sold over 2.7 million copies in its first week alone. It's been translated into roughly 30 languages and was even crowned TikTok's International Book of the Year for 2024. And this Fourth Wing phenomena, it extends far beyond the page now. There's a TV adaptation in development by Amazon MGM Studios and Mel B. Jordan's Outlier Society. Maura Wally-Beckett is the showrunner. Plus, graphic novel adaptations for Fourth Wing and the entire Empyrean series are underway, with 6 volumes planned. This isn't just a book anymore. It's rapidly evolving into a multi-platform media franchise. It's huge.
It truly is. And that immense fan enthusiasm, it stems from its potent blend of military fantasy, rich dragon lore, and what's now widely known as Romantasy. Many reviews highlight how the fast-paced training montages keep the tension high, how the character dynamics feel authentic somehow, and how the romance blossoms organically from, shared trauma and experiences rather than just immediate attraction, which is interesting. Others lauded the immersive world building, the relentless pacing that keeps you hooked, and the deeply satisfying climax, often describing it as gripping with vivid dragons and a heroine whose vulnerabilities actually make her incredibly relatable.
But as you astutely pointed out earlier, immense popularity often walks hand in hand with sharp critical discussion, and Fourth Wing is certainly no exception there. While millions adored Violet, some readers found her personality, grating, even infuriating apparently, to the point of abandoning the book, which points to a fascinating tension. The very qualities that make a character beloved by some can be a major turnoff for others.
Absolutely, that's a great point. And even among those who did finish the novel, specific issues with the writing style were frequently raised. Critiques often mentioned a perceived lack of emotional depth in certain character arcs, a tendency sometimes to tell rather than show crucial developments, and dialogue that felt maybe anachronistically modern within a historically tinged fantasy world. That came up quite a bit. Some readers also flagged plot inconsistencies, and one particularly blunt assessment described the novel as feeling like YA novels with sex tacked on to feel adult, criticizing what they saw as pervasive cliches and editing flaws.
Yeah, that critique about modern dialogue is particularly interesting, isn't it? It highlights a tension between, say, contemporary reader preferences for accessible language and the maybe more traditional expectations of fantasy prose. Another reader, while initially intrigued by the premise, ultimately questioned if the widespread hype genuinely matched the book's quality, citing inconsistent pacing and certain world-building shortcomings beyond the War College itself. It seems Fourth Wing truly elicits strong feelings, on both sides of the aisle.
Indeed, it really does. And this brings us to the broader genre context, where Fourth Wing has played a significant role in fueling the explosive rise of Romantasy, this potent hybrid of romance and fantasy. This genre has particularly captivated Gen Z and millennial readers. It's really their thing right now. While sometimes provocatively labeled fairy porn by some for its explicit content, that term kind of highlights a growing reader demand for fantasy that fully integrates and celebrates steamy romance, challenging traditional genre boundaries. This hybrid isn't just a new label. It really represents a powerful market signal. It shows readers are actively seeking narratives where the emotional stakes of love are as central and high stakes as the epic fantasy plots. It's blurring lines once considered pretty rigid in publishing.
So what does this all mean for the world of books and maybe beyond? We've journeyed through Fourth Wing's undeniable success and its polarizing reception. We've observed how it swiftly became a dominant presence in modern fantasy, especially within that booming romantasy niche.
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, Fourth Wing truly showcases the just transformative power of organic online communities like #BookTok, how they can propel a book to global sensation status. It's incredible. It also sparks these crucial conversations about genre evolution and reader expectations. It kind of prompts us to reevaluate what makes a book successful in the 21st century. Its bold blend of military fantasy, dragon lore, and steamy romance undeniably resonated with millions. That's clear, even if some of its stylistic elements continue to fuel these fascinating debates. And this raises, I think, an important question. What does Fourth Wing's immense success and the diverse reactions to it tell us about what readers are truly looking for today? And how does it challenge traditional notions of literary quality versus, popular appeal?
That's a truly thought-provoking question, yeah. And one that will undoubtedly continue to shape the publishing landscape, I imagine. So whether you're now curious enough to pick up Fourth Wing yourself, form your own opinion, or perhaps delve into other captivating romantasy titles, we hope this deep dive has given you a richer, more nuanced understanding of this fascinating literary phenomenon. Keep diving into new knowledge.